to the second episode of Her Side of Things. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for your support on my first episode. Now, allow me to introduce you to Dr. Pooja Sharma, Associate Professor in Computer Science Department at Sri Mata Vaishno Devi University. But that's not all. So, ma'am, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Aksha. Hi. So, thanks for inviting me to this podcast. It's my pleasure to be here to impart my or to imbibe my knowledge through this podcast. Myself, Dr. Pooja Sharma. I'm working as Associate Professor in School of Computer Science and Engineering, Sri Mata Vaishno Devi University. I'm handling the various courses for past 25 years. I'm handling data science, data analytics, Internet of Things, programming. So what I would like to introduce that this scenario is full of challenges and this scenario is changing, transforming to the, like we are seeing a digital transformation in a world where we can contribute and we can evolve through the years.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a pleasure having you here. You mentioned that there's an evolution you're seeing. So, can you elaborate on that? Like, what kind of evolution?
Yeah, Akshara, actually, what happened, like earlier it was a time of some internet devices or laptops or mobiles, but now we are seeing that we have a complete transformation of even fans, ACs and lights, all are working or controlled through internet. So there is a industry 4.0 if you have heard of, or we can industrial IoT, we can see artificial intelligence, generative AI, which is like we are so much dependent on. If I give some examples of generative AI, like we can have Google Gemini, we can have ChatGPT, which is widely used by across the world, and many of the researchers are also working on it, through which we are evolving ourselves, and everybody is evolving.
Well, that's certainly new information for me. And yeah, but I have a really important question for you. Why this particular field? What motivated you? Was it a mentor, a friend, favorite subject?
That's really great question.
Thank you.
What happened past 28 years, I would say, that computer science started.
Mhm.
So it was I would say that high scorers would get that branch.
Mhm.
So it was the reason, and I always wanted to contribute something to the science or applications or engineering. So that motivated me to pursue the career in computer science.
I think we're kind of similar in that way. Even I'm always like motivated to achieve a height that people say is difficult to achieve. And yeah, so that's a similarity. What does a typical day in your role look like?
Yeah. Typical day role is like mentoring students, guiding our own scholars, department meetings, and lectures, that goes hand in hand with everything. Like we are motivating our PhD scholars, we are motivating our MTech scholars, and then we have this continuous mentoring, we can say. Like students are coming for career options, or we are telling them something to take up some projects, to take up some new research projects. And the departmental meetings we cannot escape of, we can say. They take hours and hours, like curriculum designing is there. Every time board of studies can be there, which incorporates or deletes certain subjects after regular intervals. Like we are removing one of the subject, and maybe because computer science is a branch which is continuously updating itself.
Evolving.
So we
Yeah.
need to update the syllabus also, or curriculum also, I would say.
So does it get monotonous after a while, or is it like
That is
fun?
very true, but not that monotonous, because what we have new is I told you the scenario is like that. It is full of IT things, and that's not monotonous. We get a lot of wider range of the things where we can have different branches, we can say, or um, wider scope of the things which we can look up to always.
So it's interesting in a way.
Yeah,
It doesn't
it's
get boring.
yeah, it doesn't get boring. It's
Okay.
quite interesting.
Well,
Quite
that's
interesting.
great. So, what are the skills which are important in your day-to-day life?
Yeah. While mentioning skills, I would say that we need to have, like, nowadays Python programming is must for any kind of development.
Yeah,
Like we
that is
can have
true.
IDEs available, which helps us to develop software in easier mode, I would say. And rest, like hardware kind of programming or socket programming, that is also playing a role in this kind of scenario. And cyber security programs that are also required, I guess, because when we are talking of internet, we are talking of security also. So
Yeah.
security algorithms are also playing very great role in such scenario. If I talk of IT field, or IT is actually merged up with many other applications. So I would say that it is completely into all the applications which are in today's scenario. So skills would be artificial intelligence, machine learning, I would say Python programming, I would say socket programming. So security algorithms, these all are required skills for this
Okay,
kind of.
so research. Do you guys like, is
Yeah.
that important?
That's very good question, I would say, because research is always hand in hand with the changing scenarios. Because we are into development, and we would say, as we talk of Chat GPT, so many of the researchers are already working in this Chat GPT and want to make it more fine and more, I would say, easily usable by layman or general or common users. So, like, we are only using ChatGPT, but the people who are behind this or who are doing research on this, they are again using the programming skills.
Mhm.
So, I would say, like, research projects are also there. I have also handled one of the research project,
Oh,
which
that's great.
was related to smart farming using IoT only. So I would again focus on Internet of Things. So as I told you, like we have some kind of STEM also. So IoT is covering that, because IoT in agriculture is like we are using automatic sprinklers, we are using uh, pesticides automatically, or we are using the soil moisture ratio.
Mhm.
So we are deploying our we can say fertilizers accordingly, like as per the soil moisture ratio or soil NPK ratio. So I did a project on this which was funded by MHRD, and it was of like 13 lakhs approximately, and it executed for 2 years. So the outcome of the project was that we handled the areas in Araspura region, like farming regions for proper rice crops. So it was quite beneficial for farmers also. So similarly, many other projects are also going on. Like I have got one more funded project. It is related to again Internet of Things. So I would say that when we talk of this science and engineering applications,
Mhm.
so it is in our we can say surroundings only. Like if I talk of farming, or if I talk of smart cities, we are seeing the smart city developments, we are seeing smart street lights that they should be turned on their own, or we are talking of smart homes, we should have smart regulations of ACs,
Mhm.
uh, like automatically regulation of ACs. So all these things are going on as projects, and many of the researchers and scientists are already contributing in this, I would say.
So where do these ideas come from? I mean, someone thought that yeah, there should be automatically regulated ACs and lights, but where do those ideas come from?
Yeah, because we want comfort in our life, I would
Yeah,
say. So
definitely.
comfort is the main, I think, point where we can think of our comforting ourselves, and we are doing, like if we think of farmers only.
Mhm.
So we are giving them an app which
Yes.
can help them, like sitting on their mobiles, they can get like what crop should be there or crop rotation should be there. Similarly, while you are outside and you just want that what is in your refrigerator which you want to buy. So while coming to home, you can just buy that. So you have that app that you can see how many eggs are left. So these kind of things I think would trigger the development
Mhm.
because we want something easy. So over the years we have evolved. Like earlier life was quite tough. People used to roam around for booking tickets also. Nowadays we are just booking it through online. This is a simple example.
Yeah.
So I think research comes parallelly in various domains. We talk of science domain, we talk of mathematics, we talk of engineering, we talk of space. So all these things are requiring the changes which we are trying to do through research. Research is finding the search already done and you're refinding it.
Yeah. Well, that was insightful, definitely. But a very important question. I would say the most important question.
Yeah,
What accomplishment are you most proud of, like as a woman in STEM?
that is really difficult to say. But yes, I would say that it's my good luck, I would say, or it's fortunate that I'm helping or I'm reaching out to so many students, so many organizations through my knowledge, I would say. That I feel that it is my accomplishment that I'm able to reach out or I'm able to deliver something to many of because in our university we have across India students. So maybe I'm motivating them, I'm inspiring them. That way I feel good.
And I'm pretty sure that you'll be inspiring and motivating the young girls
Yeah,
watching this
my
today.
pleasure.
Yeah. So there must have been some challenges you faced.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Because without challenges, I would say nothing
nothing
we
is
can
possible.
achieve. So at the beginning, I would say when I did my engineering, I'm in Delhi to just get some job and I started a job in Wipro. And I was like, I worked there for like 2, 3 months just, and it was late stay backs and all that. So I was a little, no, I was not liking that environment that
Uncomfortable.
much. Yeah, I was not finding it
Yeah.
comfortable. So I was like, then I thought of, I don't know what motivated me, but teaching was my passion. I just thought that through this way and working in university gives me a privilege to work at certain other root levels also apart from teaching.
Mhm.
So that is the like challenges I would say. First of all, recession was there,
Mhm.
so we have to handle that recession also. Then we got the jobs, then we didn't get the what I can say packages at par due to that. And when you are out of your home, you have to struggle a lot.
Yeah.
Nothing is easy as compared to your parents' home. You are getting everything in, and like Jammu is a small place, and you are quite comfortable,
Yeah.
and it's a comfort zone. So you
The
leave, you
weather is
break,
good
yeah, you
and
break that comfort zone, and you go, and you really learn the lessons of life. I would say challenges make you learn the lessons of life. Then I came back here in 2007. So I would say that since I was not PhD, so that was also a challenge. I had to do it with my family and my kids. It was a challenge. So doing PhD in engineering is itself a good,
and you being a woman
yeah.
in that time, it
Yeah,
must have
that time
been
really. So it was really challenging. Somehow, like with God's grace, I completed it. And then challenges, I would say, drifted to another end.
oh,
Then you ought to know something better because you are PhD. So that is also a challenge. Without PhD, you ought to be. It's okay. You are BTech and MBA. I did MBA also. So after PhD, the challenges drifted. Then it happens in every organization that
yeah.
we have to slog, we have to make our mark, we have to make our position. We cannot like sit idle and we expect that everybody will call you. Nobody would call you if you won't come on forefront or front foot, I would say. So and being okay, well, that's
I
it.
must say your story is very encouraging, very inspiring. Yeah, but have you seen any changes in the gender representation? Because like in your time, there must have been it must have been male dominated definitely. But
Yeah.
has there been a change now? Are there more girls,
Yeah,
women?
definitely there is a change. If I
Mhm.
talk of past 20 years simply, so there is a change. There is a change which like we are seeing more number of women in forefront. We are seeing women in every front almost. There is no, like we can say, there's no area where women are not, whether it's pilot, whether it's scientist, whether it's uh, any pilots or scientists or any
Mhm.
mathematicians or anything, any complex tasks, they are handled very well by women. But yes, 20 years back or 25 years back, if I talk of, we have less like a gender representation
Yes.
in the engineering, especially, I would say. Like women would go for biology, women
Mhm.
would go for like MBBS,
Yes.
or they want to be doctors. So, like, now the things have changed, but not to that extent it should be.
But
To
there
a
are still
slighter, yeah,
barriers.
still that is. Still, there's a taboo, I think we can say. Like, there are some families with who still persist that okay, if she's a girl, she should be at home, she should do some kind of arts or these kind of subjects, they are good for her.
Mhm.
I think we have to work on it. We have to spread that word, being a woman, that
Definitely.
you should come forward.
Yeah. And I think that you're gonna play a major role in that for the audience, young girls over here watching, because your story of like you mentioned that you faced challenges, but there must have been challenges specifically as a woman you must have faced,
Yeah,
right? So if you could elaborate on that, because the main point is that I want to show people, and I need your support in that to show girls over here that yes, there are challenges, but we can overcome them.
yeah,
So if you could tell us how you overcame them.
yeah. That Akshay, you are right that being a woman is a challenge, is itself a challenge when you go outside or you have to work in corporate, because people expect you to be naive and like soft hearted, and they would just say, okay, she will do it, she can do it, but with that milder tone, maybe. So we have to overcome it, we have to show our gut. I would say that persistent efforts and marking your mark again and again, I would say, or showing your grit and intelligence at certain level, or showing your potential, that makes the person in front to change. Like then only he or she will change his or her perspective.
Mhm.
That if we need to slog a lot, I would say we need to do, like we cannot say anything like I'm not coming today or I'm taking, because boss will always, or any head would always assume that okay, she's a woman, she might be having some kind of roles at home and all.
Yeah.
So we have to, I think, for erasing that image, we have to be very regular, we have to focus on the things. And no doubt, I would say that women are more dedicated in any of the field, if I would talk of, than men, I would
Because
say.
they're handed stuff
Yeah,
most of the time. They've said that you can do it. But as a girl myself, what I've heard, because I went and talked to girls of my community, and what they said was really heart-wrenching. They mentioned that they were expected to stay at home and cook and
really, it's
clean, and
so,
it's a grave situation, I must say, and we need to make a change
it's really
today.
grave
Yeah,
situation, and we have to join our hands to, I think, change this
to
mindset.
uplift women
Yeah,
who
change this
aren't
women
able to.
empowerment we talk of. We talk of women to come forward, but at ground level or at root level, it's not changing to that extent, I would say. Needs to be changed.
Since you've been a part of SMVDU for so long, could you please suggest like what girls have to do to if they're interested in studying there?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to mention about SM video. So it's very near, I would say, 35 to 40 kilometers from Jammu, and it's a great campus. It's a serene, quiet, calm, with natural surroundings, lush green lawns, very nicely available for learning and teaching purposes, I would say. So it's giving a positive vibe, I would say. And when I talk of admissions into SMVDU, I will say there are various national level exams through which a candidate can get into SMVDU. Like we have JEE rankings, we have CAT examination for MBA, and we have certain other examinations also, which are conducted by SMVDU itself for some of the branches. So, if I talk of scholarships, we have different scholarships available for meritorious students. Like we have a scholarship for JEE rankings. The students who are getting ranks less than 30,000, or we can say first 30,000 ranks all over India, they can have tuition fee waiver for 5 semesters. And similarly, if they have rank between 30,000 to 50,000, they can get waiver for tuition fee waiver for 4 semesters. And if beyond that, they can get tuition fee waiver for 33 semesters, I would say. And secondly, we have one very good scholarship for girl students, I would say. That is, two top meritorious girls would be getting scholarship of tuition fee waiver only for the further semester or successive semesters. If they are getting good rank or good SGPA in one semester, they would be getting fee waiver in next semester.
Well, that's a great opportunity for the girls, definitely.
Yeah, so girls should come and should explore these options available and come forward in the streams. Yes, apart from these, we have various other branches also in SMVDU. We have all the languages available: physics, chemistry, English, Hindi, culture, philosophy. We have very good branch of this architecture also available in SMVDU. So these all are based on ranks only, and I would say that SM Video is flourishing for past 20 years, and I hope it will make a good mark in future also. So I would suggest that people should explore the opportunities available in our own vicinity, I would say. In J&K, it's a very good option to pursue education or any of the programs. We have different branches in engineering also. We have robotics and AI, which is very new branch. We have mathematic computations engineering, which is also a new branch. And apart from other branches I didn't mention, that is electrical, mechanical, civil, all these are also available. So one should come and explore, I would say.
Well, that was a lot of information. So let's do something fun and interesting now, a rapid fire session. And I'll ask you a few questions, just answer in 1 or 2 words. So the first question is your favorite STEM related blog or podcast show? You have.
Stempedia,
One technology you can't live without.
internet,
Your biggest career lesson.
persistent efforts,
And a word that describes the future of AI.
multimodal AI.
Well, that was fun. At the end, ma'am, I just want to say, I want to ask if you have any message for the young girls watching this today.
Yeah, definitely. My message to the young girls who are looking this podcast, I would say, come out of your shell. Don't shrink yourself to one single area. Be courageous, come out of the monotonous routine, speak your mind. So I would say that you need not to sacrifice little things. You can do very good work-life balance, I would say. So you should look for more opportunities and you should come forward to work. I can give you my example also. Like I'm working for past so many years, but yes, I'm able to maintain work-life balance, maybe because of the support of the family also. So I wish that all of you come forward and never think that you cannot do one thing or certain things. You should be able to achieve your dreams. So best of luck to everyone, I would say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really inspiring, and I'm sure that the young girls watching this would be motivated by your story. And thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure having you. And to all my viewers, thank you so much
Thank
for all
you.
your love and support. And do like, share, and subscribe for more. Thank you.
Thank you.